Alright everyone, Grandmaster Nightfalls are all the rage. No, that was yesterday's intro. Hold on. Hunters are renowned for being sneaky, but this season they have taken it to a whole other level thanks to a brand new exotic. Today we're putting together a fun invisible build that will frustrate everyone in the Crucible and do bits everywhere else. So if that's what you want, you're in the right place. Subscribe if you're new to join the literal tens of people already here, help me hit 23,000 likes today, and let's get into it. Omnioculus is the brand new Hunter exotic chest armour introduced in Season of the Chosen. You can obtain it from the Legend or Master Lost sectors upon a solo completion. I literally haven't taken it off since I got it, as it's incredibly useful for both solo and fire team play. Beyond the Veil is the intrinsic perk, whereby you gain a second smoke bomb melee and also damage resistance whilst invisible. Also, when you make allies invisible, they too gain damage resistance and you are granted melee energy too. Nightstalker is the subclass of choice here, with all of the subclass trees granting some sort of invisibility, whether by dodging, using the smoke bombs, or on precision kills. Way of the Wraith is the choice here though, because it's incredibly underrated, especially in PvE content. The main reason we're using this one in particular is the underused Shattering Strike. This grants a huge 30% debuff when you melee targets whilst invisible, which is effectively a divinity bubble on tap. I literally see nobody use this, so today we are. Now to become invisible you need to hit precision shots whilst crouching to grant the Flawless Execution perk, where you not only become invisible for 10 seconds, but you get true sight wall hacks and a longer melee range. With our double melee charge from the exotic, we get the Corrosive Smoke Bomb which slows enemies and causes damage over time. It's like stasis but with less ice. Make sure to use Gambler's Dodge so you can self-proc the melee regen when dodging nearby to enemies, so you can always have a melee charge on hand. Finally, the Spectral Blades Supra is exactly what it says on the tin. It's great for ad clear and can do decent sustained damage too. But we're all about buffs and debuffs with this build, and to proc the Flawless Execution buff we'll need a weapon, and Lemon Arc is just the ticket. Bows are potent at getting consistent precision hits due to the high aim assist, and this exotic bow is no different. Fully drawing the bow will proc poison arrows, causing damage over time to targets as well as spreading poison to nearby targets too on precision hits. It's a great exotic and it fits incredibly well into this build, as it pairs with the Corrosive Smoke melee damage over time and Void Wall grenades for an extreme wombo combo. Then it allows you to become invisible and seek out higher health enemies to debuff with Shattering Strike. That's great for a base build, but we can make it even more potent with some mods for a well-rounded Nightstalker build. First up, we want a high mobility setup so we can have our Gambler's Dodge available as often as possible. Powerful Friends is ideal for this as it gives a plus 20 bump to your mobility stat. Next, we're chucking in elemental armaments to create elemental wells on weapon kills and elemental charge to become charged with light by collecting a well too. This will automatically be a 2-time stack as it will match our subclass, and we're going to use high energy fire to buff our weapon damage output by 20%. And as we're collecting and creating wells consistently, you might as well chuck on the Font of Wisdom mod to boost our super recharge too for 30 seconds. So as you can see here, the setup is to get a huge bump to damage, using both Shattering Strike to debuff targets and then use our Charge with Light buff to deal high levels of DPS. You can change high energy fire for either Lucent Blade or Argent Ordnance depending on your build, but remember a high energy fire precision shot with Lemon Arc will one-shot most Guardians in the Crucible, so it's not to be underestimated. As for other weapons here, I'd definitely look at using a sword like Falling Guillotine for creating maximum DPS with all the buffs and debuffs applied. As for kinetic weapons, I've gone with a full auto Swashbuckler Lonesome Sidearm, as any melee kills with the double Corrosive Smoke Bombs will proc a 5-time Swashbuckler and it'll chew through enemies like nobody's business. The Overload Bow mod is a great shout here for endgame content, as well as the Focusing Lens mod for a bump to light subclass ability damage on targets affected by stasis. This is a super strong build, especially for solo play, as it allows you to deal high amounts of both damage over time and outright DPS from the shadows. Way of the Wraith is incredibly underrated in PvE, and I can see it get some sort of change in upcoming light subclass buffs by Bungie soon. I hope you enjoyed this quick build guide. If you did, then subscribe to the channel. I'm incredibly passionate about sharing these crazy builds with you all, so make sure to stay up to date by doing the thing. If you haven't already too, hit that like button. Do it and help us get to 23,000 likes today on this video to become the second most liked video ever on YouTube. That's it for this one though, so on that, and as always, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.